How's it going, everybody? My name is Philip, and today we're doing something a little bit different. This definitely caught my attention as someone that's a big fan of the sport of soccer or football. Um, it really caught my attention. It's a great title, which is exactly why I might use it as well. But this kid was better than Messi. But whatever happened? It's the story of Victor Vazquez. Vazquez, yeah. I thought I was gonna say it wrong, but I've never heard of this dude. I was thinking Victor Valdez. Is that the goalie? I think that's what I'm thinking of, but I don't know. It's really interesting, and it's definitely shows a young Messi, obviously. So I'm interested. It caught my attention. So I feel like it's something that I should definitely watch. I haven't done a lot of soccer related stuff recently or within the past month, I think. I feel like I haven't done much sports related stuff recently. And I want to get back into some sports. And I want to get back into some music and whatnot. So today we're going to be reacting to the story of Victor Vazquez. Vazquez. However you want to pronounce it. Let's check it out.
Barcelona's youth program La Masia has produced some of the greatest football talents in history. It's one of the most prestigious and respected football youth programs in the entire world, where only the best of the best are selected. And of the many legendary graduates of La Masia, the class of 1987 stands head and shoulders above the rest. This class includes players like Gerard Piqué, Cesc Fabregas, and last but not least, Lionel Messi. But what if I told you that there was one more, a kid who was ranked even higher than Messi by his youth coaches and teammates, a kid who, instead of Messi, played the 9 position, was the main free kick taker, and was even considered the core of the squad. It might sound hard to believe, but it's true. And it was no other than this kid right here, the La Masia class of 1987 captain, Victor Vazquez. So just how good was he, and what ever happened?
Yeah, what happened? I'm curious.
Victor Vazquez was born in Barcelona as a Catalan native, and naturally, as a kid, he would support Barcelona, as every young footballer growing up in the area normally does. If you were a kid who loved football growing up in Barcelona, it was your dream to one day wear the proud colors of blue, red, and maroon and play for your city. Victor Vazquez was one of those kids that had the talent and opportunity to make that dream come true. At the age of 11, he was chosen to join the elite ranks of Barcelona's prestigious La Masia youth program. And just to give you a bit of information on La Masia, it was essentially a boarding school focused solely on football, where only the best of the best were chosen, made to develop players to learn the playstyle and culture of FC Barcelona. That meant there was a huge focus on technical skill, passing, and playmaking.
So I think that that's actually really kind of cool. The issue is here in the US, at least, school is such a big thing that maybe there might be, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it. But I don't think that there's a lot of places that would allow this to happen. I don't know. It's just, I think that would be really cool. But they want you to have a certain level of not knowledge, because the U.S. still doesn't know a lot about the outside world. So I don't know. That's kind of cool.
I mean, after all, La Masia literally translates to the farmhouse, and was basically Barcelona's way of preparing kids to play for the senior team in the future. Being part of the program was incredibly competitive, with only 1 out of 10 players on average being selected for Barcelona's men's team. There, students would eat, sleep, study football, train their skills, and repeat. Out of 1,000 boys from ages 6 to 8 to try out for admission, only around 200 of them would make it, a mere 20%. But even if you think those odds aren't bad, I can...
Yo, for that 20%, for that other 80% that doesn't make it, my team needs help. I'm sure they're good enough for every other La Liga team out there, maybe even Premier League team. But you know what? Try something a little bit different, okay? Just saying. Obviously, it's a completely different play style than what we do. It's... Yeah.
Can almost guarantee you that if you were the same age, any single one of those 1,000 kids applying could dance circles with the ball around you. Many
Probably
legends
still
have
can.
risen through the ranks of La Masia, like Pep Guardiola,
Oh my
Xavi,
gosh.
Iniesta, Carlos Puyol, and much more. But there was
Whoa.
never a class more promising than the La Masia class of 1987. The players born on that year won every single title there was in their youth competitions for at least 5 continuous seasons, and matches
Wow.
where they would win 10-0 was not uncommon for the legendary class.
Jeez.
In defense, there was Gerard Piqué, who was seen as the most immature of the group, which I think he never really changed from given the way he tweets on Twitter. Then, in midfield, Cesc Fabregas distributed passes, initiated plays, and showed flashes of a great midfielder and maestro. And of course, a skillful Argentinian kid who loved to dribble the ball and attack
I wonder
but
who that
didn't
is.
really talk much, who at the time was known only as Leo before everyone would know his last name. But the main star was a little further ahead, a person who was always sending the ball to the back of the net and the star of the team, Victor Vazquez. He could play left wing, right wing, or even attacking mid, as he was so good at playing with both feet, had incredible pace, and was great at scoring goals. In fact, Vazquez was so good, the La Masia class of 87 was once nicknamed Generación Vazquez, or in English, the Vazquez generation. I know it's hard to believe, but it's the truth. Even Cesc Fabregas admits it. In an interview, when asked about his memories of the iconic La Masia class and who was the best, he of course said it was himself. But after laughing and saying it was a joke, he then said, "We were a great team, but everyone pointed out that Victor was the best. They would always compete to see who would score more goals. They would go in for head-to-head duels. If one scored 4 in one game, the other would hit 5. Which says a lot, seeing how Vazquez even pushed Messi to try harder as his rival. And
Nice.
Gerard Piqué said, when Leo arrived, the best of the team was Victor, a player who was a natural leader for the group and very outgoing. But whatever happened to him? What became of the man who the greatest generation of La Masia graduates was named after?
The majority of people
Unfortunately,
have
it's a
probably
story we
heard.
hear all too often in football. Physical problems on top of serious injuries ultimately halted Victor Vazquez's rise to football greatness. Minor injuries during his youth days would cause him to lose a significant amount of speed he once had, which by many accounts was even faster than Messi. These minor injuries would cause him to stay longer in Barcelona's second team, while his peers would continue on and play huge roles in first teams. With
That would
Fabregas
suck.
going to Arsenal, Piqué moving to Manchester United, and Messi advancing to the first team and enchanting the hearts of every FC.
Hold up. Wait. I'm pretty sure they went back to Barcelona, because I feel like I remember that. Obviously, Piqué went back to Barcelona. But Fabregas, I'm pretty sure he went back to Barcelona as well, right? For some reason, I'm thinking primarily... Obviously, yes, I do remember he went to... But I never knew that Piqué went to Manchester United. Interesting.
A Barcelona fan, while the star of the legendary Barcelona class was left behind and devastated. Vazquez would go through a period of anxiety during this long wait, where many were left wondering what would become of him. Expectations were rising, and never had a La Masia graduate have so much pressure to perform. After all, he was the face of the class of 1987. Many Barca fans knew him and expected him to outperform Messi, and not everyone can handle that kind of mental pressure. It's not an easy thing to do and can be very negative to the development of not only players, but to everyday people like you and me as well. Then, after a few years of going nowhere, in February 13, 2009, after a Barcelona second team match against Villarreal's second team, on top of the injuries that already slowed him down as a player, Vazquez would be diagnosed with a dislocated knee. Doctors told him it would only be 4 months of recovery. But even after 9 long months, Vazquez could still feel the pain in his knees. Vazquez would finally get his chance for Barcelona's first team in December 2010 during the Champions League group stages against Russian club FC Rubin Kazan. Pep Guardiola would put him in as a substitute where he scored his first and only goal in a 2-0 win for the Catalan club. Everything seemed to be turning around for Vazquez, and the hope he once had of being a star for his club did not fade just yet. However, his contract was due to expire in 2011, just a few months away. Unfortunately, Barcelona had no plans on renewing it. Vazquez was heartbroken to see that the club who had raised him and once held him as the future of their team had suddenly cast him aside. However, that never stopped him from working hard and continuing to keep his dream of playing football alive. In 2011, he would move to Belgium to play for Club Bruges. And although it wasn't a top European club or anywhere close to as popular as Barcelona, he embraced it and dedicated himself to play as best as he could for the club. There, he would rejuvenate his career, being known as a masterful and composed playmaker who could pass beautifully and link up with any of his teammates, even scoring 25 goals in 165 appearances. Wow. And in the 2014-2015 season, he would be named the Belgian Footballer of the Year. With Club Bruges, he would win 1 Belgian League title and 1 Belgian Cup. However, after 4 years, Vazquez never turned out to be the legendary player everyone thought he would once become back in his days at La Masia. His early injuries took too much out of the flair and speed that he once had, and the unbelievable pressure he had to recover quickly and perform was just too heavy to handle. It was never a lack of discipline or failing to work hard, it's just that not everyone can be fortunate enough to avoid such injuries and overcome them. After all, we humans are very fragile beings, but the important thing is that Vazquez never let that stop his love and passion for the game. Even though he's fallen from his insane potential, he remains humble, hardworking, and dedicated, something we can all look up to and learn from. As you often hear stories of footballers falling apart, turning to drugs or alcohol, or even end up in prison after losing the limelight or suffering injuries. It hasn't been an easy path for Victor Vazquez, but he continues to push through, even if it meant him being a journeyman playing in Mexico, Qatar, Belgium, and now in the MLS, where he currently plays for LA Galaxy. If one thing is for sure, Vazquez is loved by his teammates, coaches, and club supporters. He's known as a leader, role model, and kind man who works hard for his family and gives it his all in both training and matches, keeping his feet on the ground and staying humble no matter how prestigious his footballing background might be compared to his peers. And for that, I give the man my utmost respect. So remember, no matter your situation in life, make the most out of it, stay kind and humble, and enjoy the good times as they might not always be there forever. Vazquez might have been one of the biggest what-ifs or superstars that never were, but what he did become was a respectable player, teammate, father, and person. But that's all for today, guys. What do you think of Victor Vazquez's story? So if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like to help others see this video on their feed and learn more about this inspiring story. For me, it's pretty sad yet inspiring, and I wish the man the best. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know what topic I should do next. I'm glad I can make a video on someone like him, as I believe he needs his story to be told and known to the world.
So that's actually really interesting. For one, I think everyone as a whole needs to calm down with the whole, like, putting a lot of pressure on a player. You know, so there's a kid here in San Jose. He has a lot of talent, and everyone gives him so much hype, and you can see that in little spurts, little moments here and there. You can see it, but that's it. You know, there's been rumors that Barcelona has been looking at him, but there's no way he's going to go to Barcelona because, I mean, he's already 18, which that's still young for the most part, but in a lot of countries it's still young, just not as young as what they would normally have. But I feel like right now we're putting a lot of pressure on him, and maybe we're just playing him out of position. Maybe that's what it is. He's seen as more of a forward, but we're always playing him out on the wing. But I don't know. I would like to see more from him. I think everyone would. We got glimpses of it from last year, and we're just like, yes, let's go. Work on little things here and there. Let's go. And then it hasn't really quite came to fruition yet. But I feel like he definitely has the potential, you know? And I feel like a lot of the pressure has really gotten to him, and maybe that's why they start underperforming, because there's so much pressure. Everyone expects him to do this, this, and this, And then they're just like, damn, can y'all calm down, please? Like, he made the All-Star team last year. I think it was more of like a commissioner's pick. But he made the All-Star team last year, and which was great. And I know that we are really the only ones that do it. I think it would actually be kind of cool if other leagues would do the same thing as well, just to kind of like celebrate their league. I know at least it would be really cool if MLS could go back to the West and East side of things, but they don't really want to. But it definitely goes to show how injuries can severely change someone's life. You know, like, he could have been a top performer, and yet injuries have definitely hindered him. There's a guy so I bring a lot of this back to MLS because that's primarily what I've always kind of watched, at least for the past maybe a little bit over a decade. Probably since 2006, 7-ish. So, I mean, I watched. We were able to watch occasionally in 2003 and 5. So almost 2 decades now. My gosh! But there's this guy, Steve Zakuani. He was a really fast guy. He was very quick, and there was one specific. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube somewhere. But I don't feel like personally finding it and showing it. It's one of those injuries where your foot's planted and a guy comes in, slide tackles you, and takes you out. You know, and then your ankle is literally just doing that. And then I remember hearing interviews and seeing things like, he's not as fast as he was before. Like, this dude was really fast, and then all of a sudden he gets that injury and he's not as quick. And it's just like, that sucks. That really sucks. I feel bad because it's like I've had like maybe a couple pulled muscles, if that, tight, whatever, you know. But I've never had that big of an injury that has made me suffer or had my play level go down that much. Granted, I wasn't at that level, but I've never had those kind of injuries. And it sucks to see it happen to people that were really good and really committed to what they wanted to do. So, I did not know that he came to play for MLS, though. That's really interesting. I hope he does well, just not well enough, because he plays for the Galaxy now. So, don't like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. If there's any other stories like this, let me know in the comment section below. I see one right here. Messi's cousin was the biggest wonder kid in history. Until. So I'm quite interested. But then there's also, I guess that one's not too bad. But I mean, there's all these like different football related videos. Ooh, exactly how good was Ronaldo? Not Cristiano Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. I want to see how good he actually was. I didn't get to really watch a lot of him. I think he retired before I fully started watching a lot of football, soccer. But like, I want to watch more of it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, let me know in the comment section below who else I should react to, what other stories I should react to. I know I should react to some more Messi videos, some more Ronaldo videos, Ronaldinho, Brazilian Ronaldo. Actually, I should probably just say Cristiano Ronaldo at this point. Or CR7. I should react to just... Yo, honestly... Ooh, I should probably look up a video on like of international rivalries, because US Mexico is always a really fun one to watch. I have to say, like, even more recently, now that we've gotten to be a little bit better, it's gotten to be really fun to watch. And I've been trying to tell my brother to watch US Mexico because those are always really fun to watch, in order to get my sister-in-law interested, because, you know, she's not going to watch it if she's not interested. She wants to watch Egypt because of Salah. Is he Egyptian or is he? I think he's Egyptian. But she wants to watch because they watch Liverpool, so they're like, okay, we want to. She wants to watch certain players' international teams because she likes the player. I'm just like, no, root for the U.S. I mean, because that's just the team we always grew up watching, especially U.S. and Mexico games are always fun to watch. But I think England-Argentina is one that I should definitely watch. Let me know some other rivalries that I should react to. I think that would be so much fun. But I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.